What's up, YouTube? Hey. AJ Simmons checking in. My bad. I don't know. I was choking on, but fresh back off a little vacation. Um, Getting back to it, y'all. So I want to talk about a question that was sent to me in my inbox. Shout out to my guy. Who is it? Dang, I forgot his name. My bad, y'all. But one of my CBM inboxed me a question. He said, I know his name, but he got a Facebook name that I don't think I want to say on this video, and I forgot his real name. So, but anyway, um, he asked about having an investor for his cleaning company, and so I wanted to go over a couple different things that ways of how I would handle that situation. All right. So the first thing I would say is it's two ways you can kind of go about it. Oh, by the way, if y'all anybody watching this in the Clean Biz Network, reach out to Shauna Scott on this topic too, because she actually just got an investor in hers, and they seem to be doing well. They just bought some leads from the lead gen program. So shout out Shauna Scott. She's working with an investor now. They'll also get some shout out Julian Blunt. Shout out Julian Blunt, CBN member. He said, "What's up, AJ? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, bro." Demont Price said, "Good morning. Good morning to you." All right, and so the first point, like I was saying, man, first thing you want to look at is, do they want to get a return, or are they looking to invest for the long term and get equity in the company? Okay, so I hear something on. What's going on? All right, but that's what I would do. Is first of all, you got to look at that. If they just want a quick return, then I would treat it like a loan. Okay, so have them maybe give you 10,000, 20,000, whatever $1,000. Treat it like a loan. Hurry up and give them a percentage of the profits until it's paid off over a certain term. So maybe you can say over a 2-year term, you turn that 10,000 into 15,000, okay, or over a 10-year term, or whatever the case may be. But you just pay them back, and then get it out the way. All right, and don't that was not like a good example. I was just giving you a demonstration of how it could be. You probably can't make. Well, I ain't gonna say you can't. You don't want to have to pay them that much of a return within 2 years, okay? But anyway, and so if they want to get a return, that's how you would do it. Now, if they're trying to invest long term and build equity in the company and grow with you and build with you like as a silent partner, then that would be different, okay? So then you just give them a piece of the equity, okay? And then they would get their return based on the amount of equity that they own within the company, okay? So you don't have to pay them like a big $800, $1,000 a month type loan type thing. Like the first example, you could just get them their share of the profits via their equity. Okay. Shout out Latasha Corbett checking in. All right, and that's all you really would do. Now, lost y'all there. Okay. Now, if it was me, I would say that also I wouldn't do it if I was going with the franchise. Okay, because if you going with a franchise, they're basically like your investor at that point, almost like, even though they're not necessarily putting money into you, you put money into them, but they taking a percentage of the profits that you would have been taking. So therefore, if you already getting a percentage taken from the franchise, you really can't afford to share more with another investor. So I really wouldn't do an investor if you were a franchise. Okay, if you were a franchise and you do come across somebody that wants to invest in your cleaning company, y'all might want to sell that franchise and go out and start an independent company together, or if you're with a franchise that allows you to get commercial accounts outside of them, then you can do that. But I wouldn't run any accounts through the franchise if I have an investor, because they're going to take a lot of the profits that you guys would have gotten together in the first place. All right. So what else? What are some other things I wanted to put in there? Let me see. Right, and so like I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Either you could treat it like a loan with the friend with an investor, and you just pay them back, and they get a quick flip, or B, they can be a long term investor, all right, and you just kind of pay them out, distribute their profits according to how much equity they got in your company, all right. So if y'all got any questions other than that, shoot them in. Other than that, that was pretty much all I had to say. Shout out Paul Joes, oh Joe or Joes. Shout out Paul. He said greetings. All right, so if y'all ain't got any more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, man. But good to see y'all back, man. I'm just getting back from out of town, from Virginia, where I'm originally from, back home to Florida. And as you can see, I know y'all can feel my energy. I'm getting back into the swing of things, you know what I mean, trying to catch up. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. And I'll be back to talk to y'all more, all right? Make sure, by the way, too, the course, if you anybody that wanted to get the mastermind, the master class, all right, the pre-sale is ending here shortly. Once the new year come, it's gonna be another additional $1,000 added on to the sale price now. So I will recommend that you go ahead and get in there ASAP. Shout out Brandon McIntyre, CBN member. He said, how would you recommend getting investors? Both of these people that hit me up about this, actually, they they got theirs through family, mutual friends, etc. I think this guy, it was his father-in-law with Shauna Scott. It was a friend of a family member. So uh, some people just kind of come across them. As far as going about to get one though, one thing you could do, I don't think it would work honestly though, because of we're not in a sexy line of business, and it's kind of, so a lot of people like to find new stuff. Like for example, I know a guy who started a watch company using Kickstarter, and so he got people to do a crowd fund for him. Another way that you can do it is if you know, like I say, volunteer in the groups in like in the city, and you will get on these civic boards and all the different things. You get to meet people who are already rich, and you can kind of pitch to them. But really, personally, I wouldn't look for an investor, because you're gonna have to either give up equity or you're gonna have to go into debt. And I don't like debt, and I don't want to give up control of my company either. So personally, I wouldn't want one. But that's just my advice. But yeah, most of these people that are coming to me with this is because they knew somebody that was already had money and they wanted to invest. Transparent said, do you recommend paying off accounts or financing? I recommend financing, but this is what I recommend when it comes to financing. If you have employees, you got to remember that you're not going to make a big cash flow, because that first year you're probably going to be making maybe 10%. Sometimes you might be making $0 at all, depending on how much your franchise company charges you for that sales and marketing fee. So I recommend financing, because those contracts are only guaranteed for 1 year, okay, to you. The franchise is obligated that you have that franchise, that one contract for 1 year, okay? So if you pay for it cash and you lose that account, franchise lose that account, like they leave that company, the franchise as a whole, not just you, that franchise won't, hold on, how am I trying to say it? If you lose that account within month 13, right? Well, now you blew all of that money that you paid for up front, because you ain't getting no return on your money for it. Because like I just said, the first year, you making 10%, maybe $0 return on your money. So it took you all year just to get your money back if you put the cash in up front. Then that second year is when you actually start making money. So therefore, if you just would have financed it, it would have been basically paying for itself. You see what I'm saying? Because the money that's coming in is going right back out to pay for it. So that's why I do recommend financing now. Like I switch back and forth over time, but I think that, but to me, that's what makes the most sense financially now that I'm looking at it. The problem is, if you want cash flow, you want to pay it off so you can have that extra money coming in. But when you're looking at ROI, return on investment, it might be better off to finance it. So just something to think about. All right, and I went over that several different times and several different ways in the group, but hopefully I was able to help. You said thank you, so good. I appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to help y'all. All right, man, I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh, no, I'm not. I got more. Brandon said, how much should I pay back monthly? I have a family that wants to become an investor, but I am not sure on the going route. Right, so how you would pay back an investor, well, basically y'all can negotiate the term. So you can do a 5-year term, you can do 10 years, you can do 1 year, or you can do just straight give them equity of your company, and then they'll get paid accordingly up to the amount of equity that they own. Okay, so for example, if they own 10% equity in the company, and the company gets the 10%, the company gets like 30% profit from the bottom line after you pay all employees and salaries, then they'll get 10% of that 30%. Okay, or you can, like I said, if you do the terms and you pay monthly, y'all just y'all negotiate the terms, and you can do that. So let's just say that if they give you 10,000 and you pay them $1,000 over a 10-year period, so you divide 1,000 by 12 months, and that's how much you pay them every month. Of course, nobody probably ain't gonna take that, but I'm just saying. And I just did that with no interest and added on anything. That was straight, basically a no interest, along with that example I just gave. Jarrell Crenshaw said, I rocks with you, AJ. I appreciate you, bro. All right, 17 Blast said, when you have multiple accounts for your employees, do you let them carry all the products in their car, or you leave them in accounts? I try to leave them in accounts. Once I started getting established, every time I got a new account, I bought a whole new kit to put inside the account. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, like, especially if it was small accounts, I wouldn't buy no whole nother backpack, because that's $300 to $400 depending on which one you get. So I get a push vacuum. I like the Auric XL. and I would get the Oryx XL. I get them a caddy to carry, and then I put my water. I put a water bottle spray in there. I put the all-purpose cleaner in there, 2 of those, and then I'll put, like, depending on how big the account was, maybe 10, 15, 20 rags. Okay, if it was a huge account, then we put like 100 rags in there. But, and of course I buy a big backpack vacuum for those big ones. But just for the small ones, I try to put everything in the account, and the reason is because when they transferring that stuff from account to account, you're gonna lose your stuff. So you want to try to keep the shrink down as much as possible. All right. Shout out to Brandon McIntyre. He said thank you. All right. Anything else? Anybody got any other questions? Well, I was about to end it, but y'all been coming with good questions. I like these questions. All right. All right. Well, hopefully this was able to help y'all. I'm gonna hop up over here, and hopefully y'all have a good New Year. If I don't see y'all before then, but I should. I'm chilling. All right.